Healthcare.
Spectre Studios, playing for the spirit of the game.
Malifaux is a world aside from our own. Located through the Great Breach, it uses Gothic, steampunk, and Victorian horror with a dose of the Wild West thrown in to inject fun and depth into the magical lawlessness of a world rife with monsters, necropunks, man-machine hybrids, gunslingers, and power-hungry politicos.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Spectre Studios' Malifaux Shifting Loyalties campaign. I'm Spectre Foreman, again running the Outcasts led by Hannah.
And I'm Mark, Fabricator General, and I am running Guild with the Judge at the helm.
And today our scheme is Squatters' Rights, and we're using the strategies from Gaining Grounds 2016, which I'm not going to tell you what they are yet because we don't want to tell each other what we're doing. We're again at the complex in Scarborough, Maine, so we're ready to go.
I won't tell you what I'm doing particularly either, but the four schemes that we pulled were underground, undercover entourage, mark your turf, and those aren't the two that I'm doing personally. I can't remember the ones.
There's always convict labor.
Yeah, there's always convict labor.
The double take the prisoner.
And take prisoners. So there. So
And
yeah.
What are we doing?
And the overlaying event.
And well, the overlaying event is the Squatters' Rights.
No, for the campaign we're doing.
Oh, the weekly event.
Yeah.
The weekly event was ampersand.
Oh, that's what it was.
So if you walk within 6 inches of the center of the table, you pick up the construct trait and have benefits of the construct trait and the hindrances of the trait. And
Basically, plus one armor. You get basically
plus one
get armor. Another way of saying armor, but not armor. So you can't ignore it.
And if you kill somebody within 6 inches of the center of the table, you get 2 script.
Get that money.
So the center of the table is a deadly place to be that we're going to have to be trying to avoid, I think.
Unless we know.
Okay, so we got through a pretty uneventful turn 1, just moving up. The sniper or trapper guy there with the Outcast has a really long range when he puts his mind to it, and he pretty much half killed the Death Marshal in 1 shot. Other than that, it's moving forward a little bit.
Everybody working towards that center where we kind of have to because there's 3 of the Squatters' Right tokens are in that bubble, so they're kind of forcing our hand to get dirty in there.
It's going to be a big mosh pit in around the weekly event with the ampersand there, so there's going to be a whole lot of construct mayhem going on.
Which the Enforcer, I think, is going to be pretty happy with his campaign upgrade, letting him flurry. He's going to be happy hanging out in the middle and letting people come to him.
If he lasts that long.
Yeah.
So the only other thing was the other Death Marshal that didn't get shot at has flanked out wide to see if he can give that sniper something else to think about. Whether the sniper is going to be looking at the action in the center or the lone gunman who's coming around the wing to take him out on the side.
Yeah, we'll see. On to turn 2.
See how my cards do.
Alright, back at the Outcast versus Guild game. We have the end of turn 2. Didn't end up in a big melee like we thought might happen. Probably because the Outcasts are a little bit chicken shit, but we'll see what happens. The Trapper did some shooting on one of the Guild Marshals and then scurried back to hiding, while that Guild Marshal then moved up further, getting towards one of those Squatters' Right. So he's just playing the game. Unlike the Trapper who's not playing the game.
Well, you know, there's old snipers and there's bold snipers.
Yeah.
So he did the smart thing and got out of dodge when the pressure came.
Yeah. Then we had the Judge moved up, the Executioner moved up. He's now in base with the middle little thing, which is also one of the squatter's right markers.
So messing with the ampersand,
yeah.
playing with fire. And so one of my death marshals took a real heavy shot, went down, actually went past his health points by 2.
Strong arm suit, little pew pew action, and bad news.
Little Arcanist gunfire going on. And because we're in the campaign, we flipped to see for finishing off, and I flipped the Black Joker. So he most definitely pulled a hammy or something like that.
He's injured. We'll find out what happens at the end of the game.
We'll see what sort of career injury he picks up.
And then one other thing to note, the librarian did a little bit of damage on the executioner. Cheated in the red Joker, so was able to knock 6 points off because of the being in the center line took one of those damage away, but still 6 is pretty good against the executioner.
Yeah, it's only left him with 4 left.
Yeah, so on to turn 3.
Let's see what happens.
All right, back at the Outcast Guild game, end of turn 3. Continued the guild playing towards victory points, where I seem to keep forgetting to do so while we're in the. Well, I get the bloodlust going, and it bubbles up, and I forget where I am. All about killing.
Well, it's been paying off for you because you have been killing.
But you were able to score 1 victory point for squatters' rights on that turn, as you now have 2 of them. The Death Marshal and the Judge each have 1. I just don't have any squatters' rights thing, so.
Yeah, but this time the executioner went down, so now I'm down 2 figs out of 4.
The strong arm suit was able to kill the executioner, and both of the models that have been killed so far were in the ampersand bubble. So that's 4 script so far, which I'll take because you can use it to get things, which is always fun. And we're all kind of towards the middle and looking to score some victory points. So
yeah, so now it's about maybe trying to get some of my schemes taken care of, or defending my strategy squatter points. So we'll see what the next turn has involved. But
on to turn 4.
What?
Back to the Outcast versus Guild game. Now finished turn 4. I was able to get 2 of the squatters' rights markers. One of them I stole from Mark's guild, so I was able to get a victory point from squatters' rights. So we're each tied at 1 victory point now. Nobody has claimed any other victory points. So we're at a stalemate now on that one.
Yep, I just continue my role as the king of bad decisions. I moved the judge off a squatter's right marker to try to do a scheme, and when I moved off of it, I lost it. And for the other problem, I had Death Marshal with a little order of operations problem. Instead of moving off the marker to drop a scheme marker to do his bit to complete the scheme, he decided he would wait until after he got shot to death before he would do that, and then that didn't work out terribly well.
Trapper put an end to his plan on that one. So we're going into turn 5, looking to clear things up and see who the final victor is.
Yeah, it'll be a surprise.
At the Outcast Guild game, the end of turn 5, which is also the end of the game, we flipped and it did not go on. The end of the turn, I was able to get another point from squatters' rights, 2 from undercover entourage that was not revealed, and 1 from convict labor.
Yep. I was only able to hold on to the 1 point that I got from squatter's rights in that first turn because I actually ran out behind the woodshed and dropped the scheme marker to try and get Mark Your Turf, but the strong arm suit just happened to blunder over the top of me and negated that out before I had the chance to get anything from it. So I'm still at 1 point out of everything that we did.
So it ended up being a 5-1 victory point win for Outcasts, and we had nobody. Oh, we had one that you're gonna have to flip the injury chart for one of your death marshals.
The death marshal went down with the black joker, so now we have to flip on the injury table to find out what happens to him, and we'll see what goes on from there.
Thanks for watching.
Spectre Studios takes you into the story with Benito Senensei on YouTube, and you can take an active role as a hero in the videos by supporting the studio on our Patreon page at patreon.com/Benito Senensei. Malifaux is a tabletop skirmish game produced by Weird Miniatures LLC and can be found at weirdgames.net and at your local retail game store. Remember to stay safe out there, because bad things happen.
Spectre Studios, playing for the spirit of the game.